Hey guys, this is Jen over at jenscrappypages.blogspot.com, and this is today's project. I am using, once again, the Eastern Medallion dies for this. I'm not tired of it yet, so I hope you guys are not either. But I thought I would do something a little bit different with the dies today. So I will stop talking about it and maybe talk as we get going on it, and I'll show you all the supplies and we'll get started to make it. It's a super simple card, but I think it's just really super sweet too. So supplies: the Flirty Flamingo ruched ribbon, and this is actually now on clearance at $5.60 over on the Stampin Up website. The Flirty Flamingo stamp pad, that's what that's called. I'm sorry, but I just had to. The Hexagons Embossing Folder. So, sorry. All Things Thanks is the stamp set that I used. Of course, the Eastern Medallion Thinlits dies, and I did use the Layering Circles Framelits dies as well. And I think that was it for supplies. Cardstock, we are going to need 4 1/4 by 11 of the Flirty Flamingo and a 3 by 3. And then Whisper White is 2 3/4 by 5 and 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And the Flirty Flamingo DSP that comes in the 2016-2018 Designer Series paper stack. Cute. These are retiring, so if you want some, get yours before they are gone in, by May 31st. And this is a 4 by 5 1/4. So I guess before we get started with everything, I wanted to show you these other ones that I did using all of the different colors in the 2016-2018 in colors. So Emerald Envy, Peekaboo Peach, and then Dapper Denim and Sweet Sugar Plum. Aren't those just absolutely delicious together? Oh my goodness! You could do these in pretty much every single color cardstock and they would just turn out really sweet. But can you imagine getting these as a gift, or giving them as a gift as a little card set? So, okay, enough, I digress. We'll get back to making this card. It's going to be so simple, I promise you're going to be able to make it right away. And you could even, if you don't have the Eastern Medallion dies, which I highly recommend you get, you can always use another flower for this. So super simple, super versatile. So let's get out the handy dandy Big Shot, and we are going to cut out our circle. And I lied, we're not going to cut out our circle yet because we're going to stamp on it first. So I think I might just do that quick, that way we can do it all at the same time. So I'm just going to pull out my Flirty Flamingo ink, and I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this, hopefully if I can, in the center. Okay, that's all you need. Done. Okay, so bring this back in, and now we're ready to cut. So this we're just going to place in here, and it doesn't matter how or where, but that's what's that. But I'm a little tongue-tied today. This is like my third take, and my first, maybe my fourth take, because I think my first 3, I couldn't even get out a hello properly. I'm looking for, oh, it's underneath. Oh my. Okay. So here we go. This is just going to get centered. And I did like to stamp it out first and then put the circle around, because if you guys are anything like me, if you cut out the circle first and then try to stamp, it never ends up in the center. So this is, this solves that problem for you. And then as long as we have this out, I'm not going to take it off yet. We're going to run our, are we going to run that? Yeah, we can run that through first. Okay, because I'm going to end up cutting this banner. And it's kind of a long story, but initially I used the die set. I've got this long hair in here. Initially I used the dies to cut it out, and then I went on to Stampin' Up website just to make sure it was still available, and it's not. So the banner dies that I was going to use are gone. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the retiring items or any of the sale items, you might want to get in there and just take a peek at it before some of the stuff is gone forever, because it's going fast. Okay, so that's that, and then I'm just going to pull out my paper trimmer and to make my own banner. So this is 2 3/4 by 5, and so what I did is I found the center of my 2 3/4, which is going to be 1 3/8, and then I'm going to, if I can find my blade because it fell out, then I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I think I'm going to do this from the top because I can see where my inch is better. So all I did was measure that banner, the die, once I had cut it out. And this was the measurement that I came up with to make the exact same die. And so there I just went up an inch on the paper trimmer. And then you're just going to take it and you're just going to cut from corner to corner. And now you don't need a die in order to do it. Now if you have a die, great. Then even better. But I don't know if it takes, see? Look at that. That's not too shabby, huh? Alright, so the next thing that we're going to cut out is going to be this little medallion. And all I did for that was just come in here right at that very edge where the little crease is, or the score line is. And that's just going to get all cut out here. I wish I was the one that was clever enough to come up with this, but I was perusing Pinterest and saw that people were cutting this out and using it as a flower. There were some really cute sunflowers too that I saw on there. So if you have time, check it out. So that's it. It's really super simple and fast. So I'm going to just fold my cardstock in half at the 5.5 inch mark. Or feel free to use your score, if you have a simply scored scoring tool, or just your bone folder and your, oh, what's it called? Your paper trimmer, the thing I just had out. I just prefer to fold it because I'm a little more of a perfectionist and I can never get my scoring lines to work out just right. So, but you could also use this little dotted paper too. Isn't that cute? I did use that on one of the other cards. Okay. I can't talk and line things up at the same time. How about you guys? If you can do that, awesome. So I'm just going to kind of fold up my little flower petals here a little bit. And it looks like one of my things didn't poke out, so get that out of the way. And I guess the reason I did this is it kind of helped me line it up in the banner a little bit easier. And I'll bring my card back in. It always migrates off screen, sorry about that. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, which I just need to buy in stock. I know I always say that, but I do. I use it on every project. So we're just going to throw this in the center of the flower. And then this is just going to get taped down to the banner. And then I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I don't stick my head in it. And then that's just going to go, and I guess this one will be a little bit different because I think my last one I had, so both points were at the top, but that doesn't matter. All right, that's that. And then I did that because I'm going to put my ribbon down here and it gives me good placement for where I want to stick my ribbon. And I'm going to put that probably about, I don't know, maybe halfway between the flower and the point of the banner. And that's just going to get pop dotted up onto the card front. So bring this back down, bring my card back in here. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit. There, now they both fit. And that's just gonna get lined up here in the center of the top portion of it. And then we're just gonna take our Flirty Flamingo ruched ribbon, which I absolutely love this stuff. I like all the colors, all of the end colors that came in this ribbon. It's just such a pretty ribbon. And then I'm going to attempt to make a bow. And on my card last week, I discovered, especially with this ribbon, because it kind of has a mind of its own, that I ended up, oh, well, maybe I should leave well enough alone and let that go. It's a little bit bigger than I want. So this ribbon has a mind of its own, and it just kind of wants to go all over the place. So once I got my bow exactly as I wanted it, or good enough, yes. Then I took glue dots, and I found out that if you stick a little glue dot underneath each of these, just right, I don't know if you can see where I'm putting it, but just kind of down here, then it'll stay right where I want it, instead of flopping up and you know, doing its own thing. So I'm going to do the same on this side, just a little bit under here, and might actually move that whole thing over because I kind of want it centered over my banner. There. There. And then just give it a little snip. And a little snip. And there it is. That's it. And did you guys notice I did not use Wink of Stella? I guess maybe I made up for it in the Hexagon Embossing Folder, huh? No Wink of Stella, no sparkle, but I think that's just cute enough as it is. So I'm going to bring back the other cards in quick into the screen before I let you guys go. There they are, all 5. I think, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I would love to send this to one of you guys. So if you would go over to my blog, jenscrappypages.blogspot.com, leave a comment on this post, and I will check back on, let's see, today's Thursday. So I'll check back on Saturday, and I will choose one person who has left me a comment to send all 5 of these with the envelopes too. How does that sound? Thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. I am so excited. My YouTube channel numbers are growing, and quite honestly, I am completely blown away and extremely humbled that you guys would want to hang out with me and watch me create. I absolutely love doing what I do, and I'm so thrilled to be able to share it with you. So thank you, and I will catch you later. Bye.